This great world is Libera. Today, we have an exclusive interview with Sam Coates, music director of Libera.
Hello, my name is Sam Coates and I am the musical director of Libera. My history with Libera is that I started singing with them when I was very small. I joined the choir when I was 7, perhaps even 6. And throughout all of my childhood years, I sang as part of the choir. And then when I got to about 14, my voice started to change and I sang some of the lower parts. And that's the first time that Libera started touring properly. So I remember we went to Japan for the very first time in 2005, and I was perhaps 17 or so at that point. But at that point, I was not singing anymore. I was working as part of the crew. I've worked with Robert, who musically directed the group before me for many, many years, doing the arrangements, producing the records. And so since then, I've been working mainly on producing the records, writing the arrangements for the boys to sing and the instrumentalists to play. And it's been a very big part of my life since I was 6 or 7. Now, I suppose when you are part of something like Libera and you have someone like Robert, who was our director, that you've grown up with when you were very small, I suppose they seem like a good friend or a kind of a bit of a father figure or a kind of funny uncle or something that you look up to lots. And it's perhaps not surprising that I'm now doing lots of the things that Robert was doing. And so very much the singers in the group often follow creative paths. Some of them are TV producers, some of them are musicians. I direct choirs and I, in fact, now direct Libera. So I suppose that's my memorable moment with Robert, is that actually there were so many that it's had such a big influence on my life that nowadays, I'm doing very much the kind of things that Robert did. Now, we'd always look to the future, and at the moment, now coming out of the pandemic, we are working on a new record. So we've already recorded 5 tracks for the new record and we have a few more to go. It's always a challenge trying to find the time with the boys' busy schedules to try and find time to actually record. They go to lots of different schools and we can't very easily find a time where we can get them all together to record for the albums. But I'm hoping that's going to be done this year. So that's the main thing we're working on at the moment. We have a concert in the UK that's at the end of May, although by the time you see this, perhaps it may have already happened. But also we have some concerts in the summer that we're hoping to announce fairly soon. And looking ahead, we'd like to tour internationally again, just as the travel opens up and we're allowed to tour and concert halls are happy to book us around the world. We'd love to travel again. I know that the concept of your show is to try and encourage people to live the best version of their lives. And I think being in something like Libera or a choir or any kind of group when you're growing up is really formative to who you become as an adult. Being part of something that is greater than just yourself. So, I always say that when you're singing in a choir, the sound is greater than a combination of all the individual parts. You achieve much more together than you do alone. And so that's something that I think is a message that I've lived by and lots of my contemporaries, whether it's music, singing, or perhaps it's playing in a sports team, or perhaps it's doing something with other people. But crucially, I think it's being a part of something and feeling like you belong and striving for something that's greater than what you could by yourself. And that's why I'm here today, and that's what I love doing. And I'd encourage as many young people to do the same. We're very keen to get travelling again so we can share our music with people around the world. We've always had a really warm reception whenever we've been to Southern California and Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles area. And I'm really hoping that we'll be able to get back there very soon, hoping next year. And when we do, I do hope that we'll see some of you at one of our concerts. So do stay tuned. And if we're there, come and say hello.
This episode will be available on YouTube this coming Saturday. For details, please check out our Facebook page. Next, more exciting materials to show you all.
Hi, my name is Shoko Sawatari. I'm an international makeup artist. I was born in Japan and went to high school in Vancouver, Canada for 2 years. And I went to makeup school here in New York, and now I work internationally. I first started being interested in doing makeup when I was in high school in Vancouver. I took an art class there, and the teacher there was very open-minded, and she taught me a lot of things about how to be creative and really open my mind to creativity. So there's no rule about what it should look like, rule I have to follow or anything. It's just about how to be yourself. So I started being interested in art in general. And then I also started doing makeup in the free time on my friends from all over the world, because I was at international school in the students, and I met so many international people, and they all have very different face features. And it's very interesting because a lot of different shapes or colors look good on them, and it's very different depending on the person. It's not just like Japanese people who tend to pattern of the makeup. So it was very fun, and I started being interested in makeup, and that's why I decided to be in this field. I'm very attracted to the way I can communicate with like different people in a different set all the time on a daily basis. I work with models, clients, and they're always different. So every day I start a new conversation about different topic, and I hear different news stories, news from different people, and it's also different location. Every day I go to different locations for makeup job, and it's just very unique environment and very refreshing and new, and it's never boring. That's why I like the most about it. So after studying makeup in New York, I moved back to Japan and worked there as an assistant for a year, and I learned so many basic things and like very necessary things, how to be on set and how to work as a makeup artist. And then after, I started working internationally as a makeup artist, and my work can be seen in Harper's Bazaar, L'Oreal Official, Cosmopolitan Beauty, and all the other magazines in the world. So I don't really have a clear goal to achieve right now. I'm just trying my best I can do to be better in my position, to better myself as a makeup artist. But I'm very interested in wellness and fitness, both physically and mentally. And I have a general idea of like maybe in the future if I could combine them all together with the art, makeup art, and make it something happen to help people as well as myself, that would be great. But for now, I'm trying my best to be better as an artist. So the word creative means being true to yourself. I can do makeup on people wherever I want, but if I don't put my 100% effort, energy, and passion into it, the result can't be the same. It's not as good. So in order to be really creative, you have to always be true to yourself, really focus 100% on what you're doing and know what you're doing, and really use all of your energy into making a great art. And by doing that, you can reflect your thoughts, mind, and yourself into one piece of art. So being creative to me means being true to yourself. Thank you so much for listening to my video. My work can be found on Instagram under Shoko Makeup. So please follow and check out my work. And thank you again. Bye.
Next, let's jam with Yoyoka!